So am I, still waiting for this third act breakup to stop playing. Can't find a good reason to keep on hoping, believing. I love that song. The Confession.
No offense, Rarity,
Fluttershy whispered.
this is a nice outfit and all, but it's not really appropriate for walking through the forest.
Rarity had dressed her in a long flowing green gown and curled her hair. The six of them were trudging through the everfree forest, Twilight lighting the way with her horn.
So, obvious thought what you are going to say?
Rarity asked Fluttershy, ignoring her comment.
What do you mean? Hello? You're about to confess to the one that you love that, well, that you love him. You'll have to do this by the book. I was just gonna apologize for everything I said first and then tell him.
Are you sure it was wise not to wait till morning? Applejack inquired. This forest is even more dangerous after dark.
The longer we wait, the longer it gets. I had to tell him now before something bad happens. Oh, oh! Piggy cried, bouncing up and down. I need to tell him we can sell it. I found my true love button!
Mary rolled her eyes.
E.T.'s right. It's not safe out here. Who knows what could be lurking in these trees? I don't care, Fluttershy declared. I need to see him. I'll do whatever it takes.
Wow, Twilight marveled.
You really have changed, Fluttershy. How so? For one thing, you're much braver. You haven't started or spilled once since we entered the forest.
You know, as long as we're trusting to this path, why not go to a hut and get somebody who's lived here? You know, she could be a good guide. She could help. You would live. The Pegasus pondered on this and realized that her friend was right. She had not even thought of the dangers in the woods until Applejack and Rainbow brought him up. She concluded that after spending a month with Discord, who had been the object of her nightmares for a long time, she's not afraid of other creatures anymore.
By the way, Applejack, said Rarity, at dinner you said we didn't get it. Did you know Fluttershy was in love?
The cowgirl nodded.
How?
It was pretty obvious. She showed all the signs.
Maybe, but at the party you said I knew nothing about romance.
Sir, just gotta say is all.
But you do.
Applejack blushed. She halted suddenly. Y'all hear that?
Hey, Applejack, if you don't want to answer the question, shh, listen.
Everybody stopped in their tracks in silence. They heard a low growl just behind them, then a snap of a twig. They spun around and saw a pair of yellow eyes glowing in the darkness of the trees. Applejack took a sniff of the air and gasped, "Run!" Nobody thought twice. As soon as they took off, a pack of Timberwolves leapt out of the trees and pursued the group.
Why is it always Timberwolves?
Twilight shouted. Because they're usually used when the fanfic author just wants to use the atypical villains from the show. They're mainly big threats, and they are there, and they're actually canon, so people don't have to worry about them coming after her.
Applejack abruptly stopped.
Y'all go ahead, I'll lead him off.
You mean we'll lead him off, Rainbow exclaimed, flying down to her side. I'm not leaving you hanging.
The cowgirl grunted. I'll signal, you go right and I'll go left. She waved her hose at the approaching pack. Hiya, boygos, over here!
Yeah, you ain't so tough,
Rainbow taunted, blowing a raspberry out. One beast roared in anger, sped up. Now, Applejack muttered. The two darted in opposite directions. A few followed after each of them, but the three did not abandon their pursuit of the others. Rarity was the first to notice.
How many of those things are there? I mean, why couldn't it have been a manticore or some minor?
Twilight raged.
At least those don't come in numbers. Not to mention, Fluttershy knows how to defeat a manticore, Pinky pointed out. Plus dragon, bear, cerebrus, and cockatrice. That's it, Fluttershy. Have you ever tamed a Timberwolf? You're kidding, right?
The Pegasus squeaked. She returned to her.
I doubt they're angry because they have thorns in their paws. They're made of thorns. Twilight, can you teleport us out of here?
Rarity demanded. Unicorn stopped for a moment and gulped.
I'll try, but it takes a lot of work, plus AJ and Rainbow. We'll come back to them, but we need to save ourselves first.
Twilight closed her eyes and concentrated, her horn illuminated with light. But it dimmed when she saw that the Timberwolves were only a few feet away. No time. Run for it. Meanwhile, Applejack was attempting to shake off her third of her pack. She snapped off a branch, shattering one of them, and then got right with another by ducking as it pounced. It fell apart as it hit the ground. The last wolf was still after her. She saw a pond of quicksand ahead. Thinking fast, she grabbed the vine in her mouth and swung it to the other side. The timber wolf noticed the sand too late, sank like a rock. It did not take long for Rainbow to outrun, in her case outfly the wolves, and she was the fastest Pegasus in all Equestria. However, she was too busy taunting them, so she did not pay attention to where she was going. She crashed to the side of a mountain, causing rocks to come tumbling down on herself and the timber wolves. Finally, she crawled out of the rubble, her wing was broken. You know, when I started this channel, I thought by focusing on fics that I like, or adventure fics, I would avoid the most annoying cliches of the fandom. You know what? Give me credit. I have. I really have. I've avoided, for the most part, Twilight messes up a spell and sends them off on the adventure. I've avoided Piggy Pie is only a fourth wall breaking genie and nothing else, and I've avoided other traps and cliches. And now we got the wing breaking. Seriously, guys, Dash's wings are not made of balsa wood. A Pegasus wings are not made of balsa wood. My wings are pretty sturdy. I do legless every single day. I know I'm a nerd that just lives at a bookstore, but I do work out. Darn it. You don't sound too enthused. Well, you go through enough fanfics where your wing gets broken, you kinda get bored. The last 3 Timberwolves were gaining onto 4 ponies. Hey, I can fly, Twilight exclaimed, taking to the skies. But we can't, Rarity complained. Alicorn did not get high enough. One of the wolves jumped up and snapped at her wing. Twilight cried out as she pummeled to the ground. Pinky broke her fall, but it made them both sitting ducks. Rarity and Fluttershy bolted in opposite directions. The latter reached a dead end. She turned around to face the beast closing in on her. She was so terrified she could not open her wings or use her stare. She was frozen in place. Oh, God. Don't. Tell me you're about to. Well, at the very least, Discard won't get. We won't do the cliche Discard gets badly injured by the Timberwolves. Right, Fic? We're not going to do that, right? So Discord could lay there in pain and tell Fluttershy and confess to Fluttershy, and Fluttershy confesses back. We can do that, right? Because you try pulling that shit, I swear to God I'll skip to the end of this chapter. Discord was in the garden, plucking pails off a daisy. She loves me, still not loving me. She still doesn't love me. She loves me not in a million years. Oh, and she loves me not. Big surprise. His ears perked up as he heard a familiar hyper scream, Fluttershy. He thought he was imagining things when he heard it again. Help! It was common knowledge that for most creatures, when one's mate is threatened, they will go into full protective mode. That's exactly what happened to Discord as he dropped the flower and gritted his teeth in fury. No. Discord can still make it through this without getting badly hurt. Fluttershy closed her eyes, waiting for the animal's jaws to sink into her skin. Suddenly, she heard a second growl and opened her eyes to see Discord down on all fours in front of her. Don't you dare touch her. Timberwolf was surprised he did not let his guard down, roared his conquest. He hissed to return, ugly. Why don't you go beyond someone your own size? Chihuahua. He snapped his fingers, returning the Timberwolf into the size of a puppy. The same happened to the other two as they were about to pounce on the ponies. They ran into the forest, yipping in a panic. Fluttershy looked up at the Conquest in awe as he turned to her. What are you doing out here in the middle of the night? He demanded. Do you have any idea what would have happened if I...
You saved me,
she uttered. Well, of course I did. You think I'd be able to live by myself if anything happened to... He cut off as the Pegasus flung her forelegs around his neck and burst into tears. He stared down at her in confusion.
You know, some people might ask, and most notably my rivers, ask, why do I give Twilight fire spells and ice spells? Well, there are a couple of reasons. One, you can practically tell he can do that. I mean, heat things up. Duh. If she could change creatures into different objects, I think fire and ice should be an easy spell. It's just a little common sense, people. Brains, use them. It doesn't take that much to go, oh, she can cast different types of spells. She can cast elemental attacks. Second, I love spellcasters. I actually like writing magic. I know, big shock. And third, is to stop scenes like this from happening. God, just throw the cliches at me, why don't you? I would have preferred it if we just got straight to the castle, but nope. Had to do the whole entire save Fluttershy at the last second. Oh well. Still not as bad as Seventh Element. And not as dumb. And we don't have a random Alicorn OC out of nowhere. Still annoying though. Of course I did. You think I would be able to live with myself if anything had happened? His cut off as the Pegasus flung her forelegs around his neck and burst into tears. He stared down at her in confusion. Fluttershy! Cried Applejack's voice. Are you all... You see, here's the thing, guys. I like this show when the girls are doing things for themselves. I like this show when the girls are capable. I like this show when the girls are able to kick butt on their own. Because it does remind me because it does help remind me, the viewers, the readers, and everybody else, that girls are not darling little waves that need to be saved. Boo-hoo. Yeah, I remind you, my favorite girl is Rainbow Dash. The love of my life is Applejack. I roll my eyes at the term waifu. My type of mecha girl are ones like Colin, Yoko, and Hono, and many, many more, i.e., girls who are not only as competent as the male protag, but are aces in their own right and would probably score a lot more kills if we weren't involved in the main character. So you can imagine how much this is annoying me. She paused as she saw the Conquest. Rarity appeared behind her, cocked. Discord rolled his eyes. I know, I should be here, blah, 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 and... You just saved our lives, Rarity muttered. Pardon? Rainbow Dash came panting out of the bushes. I ran as fast as I could. My wing was broken in... Oh, that old cliche! That old cliche, yeah. She stopped at the side point saying, embracing Discord. What are you doing out here? You saved our lives, Rarity declared. See what, Neil? It's true! You saved the Jibberwolves the size of chihuahuas. Oh, I get it. It's so we can see that. Oh yeah, Discord had changed. Blah, 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 blah. I'm a Twilight. Couldn't this been an Ursa Major? Or a dragon? I feel like Twilight responding with my own complaints here. I'll be darned, Applejack muttered in wonder. Hey, where's Twilight and Pinkie? Rainbow Dash asked, looking frantically in all directions. They're inside.
Rarity exclaimed. All the Timberwolves stopped the Twilight swing as he fell on top of Pinky. They can't get up. Now they're both walking away, complaining about the agent. First, I pulled away from Discord as he heard this.
That's terrible. Discord, 'cause you.
Anything for you, the Quanko said, snapping his fingers. So he was surprised that he did not roll his eyes or complain or anything. Next he knew, they were in Fluttershy's little room in the castle. Twilight, Pinky, and Rainbow Dash found themselves sprawled in a bed, which had been made wide for their convenience.
What the?
Twilight muttered in confusion. Discord?
No time to explain,
Fluttershy said before turning to the Conquest.
Can you fix them?
1 second, Discord said, making a doctor's uniform appear as body. Now, let's see what the damage is, shall we? He summoned an x-ray machine and examined the bones of the 3 ponies. I mean, seriously. A freaking Dressrosa would be interesting. Uh-huh, he muttered, stroking his beard. While Rainbow crashed and Twilight fought with each broken a wing. Twilight sprained a hoof, and Pinky has 2 broken ribs.
Pinky laughed. Twilight flaffle. Ouch.
Oh, laugh. It only increased the pain. He puts the x-ray away. The hole still just won't hurt a bit. He snapped his fingers as the 3 sat up. Rainbow nightly nuzzed her wing.
Hey, you fixed it!
Amazing, Twilight marveled. I can't even do healing spells.
Can't laugh now,
Pinky asked. So not wait for an answer, Toril.
Yeah, I think I'm good.
Heck, I would have even preferred, an elemental or, some sort of other cool demonic creature. As a matter of fact, I could have sworn I saw a thumbnail showing Discord fighting Chrysalis. I was kind of hoping for that.
What else can I say but thanks?
You're welcome, Discord said with a grin. Now that that's settled, he turned to Fluttershy. Explain to me what you were doing out here. You could have been killed. Why, if I hadn't heard you?
Fluttershy quickly replied, I came to see you.
He blinked. What? She looked at her friends as she took Discord by the paw.
There's, something I need to tell you.
As soon as they came out of the room, the 5 rushed to the door. Pinky looked on in the bow for the keyhole. You came back? Discord uttered in disbelief. To see me? Fluttershy, why? Nodded. Why?
I wanted to apologize.
Apologize? You? My dear, as anyone would be apologizing, it's me. I nearly forced you into doing something you didn't want to do, and I hurt you. Not to mention I treated you like, how did you put it? Right, a caged bird. There's nothing you need to apologize for.
Oh, there is. I said some awful things the other day. Things I didn't mean. How could I say those things after all you did for me? I'm the monster, not you.
He huffed. Yeah, right, Fluttershy. Take a look at yourself and then at me. I think it's obvious who the monster is here. You should quit wasting your time with me and go home. No need to pity me.
I do pity you, but that's not the reason I came. You see, I missed you.
He stared at her for a long time, not believing this. Finally, we can finish this third breakup and get to the meat and potatoes of it all.
I miss being your friend. Although, I take it you wanted me more than that.
She suddenly grew very nervous.
But before I go on, I must ask you something.
Yes? She looked him directly in the eye.
Did you ever really love me?
He shut up.
You kept asking me if I loved you. I want to know whether it was because you wanted me to love you back, or was it all a game? Was I just some trophy to you?
No, Fluttershy, you're more than that.
Well, did you?
He turned his back to her, brows sweating, his teeth grinding together. He pulled at his mane, trying to find the words. Yes, he sighed. I'll admit, in the beginning it was a game. I didn't expect you to come. But when you did, I came up with a scheme that I was going to make you fall in love with me, so you would not use your element against me. I always thought of you as an incentive, although you were right. I was lonely. That's the reason I asked for a bride. I spent many years watching happy couples walk off into the sunset. It made me gag, seeing them making kissy faces and holding hooves. But I was only disgusted because I could never have what they had. I was tired of being alone. I denied this, even to myself, and defended that scheme as an excuse for acting all gaga over you. Then, you started treating me differently. I became so enthralled with you that I forgot the scheme entirely. I kept asking myself that it was a slight attraction, but the more time I spent with you, the better I felt. It sounds cheesy, I know. He still had a tease play for emphasis. Want some? Once I took a piece of chair as he continued. Whenever I was with you, I felt, well, wonderful. Soon I realized I was not trying to please you because I wanted a queen, because I wanted to see you happy. I cared about you a lot. He chuckled. Funny how love is quite similar to chaos. It drives you to do the craziest of things. The problem was I cared about you so much I wanted you all to myself. That's why I did not let you visit your friends. I was afraid of losing you. Even if you would never love me, I wanted you with me always. You can guess how upset I was when I heard you say that you did not love me. I lost control. I toyed with your emotions in the end, tricked you into loving me. I just didn't want to lose you. Discord faced her. I didn't want to lose you, he repeated. But did you? First I started to ask again. He hung his head. Not everything I said whilst corrupting you was a lie. I did love you. He looked up at her again. I still do. He got down on his knees. Oh, Fluttershy, I love you more than Chaos yourself. You're the best thing that's ever happened to me. You're precious to me, and I would rather die 1,000 deaths than to see you miserable. So when I realized how much pain I caused you, I had to release you. Fluttershy was on the verge of tears. Discord. Let me finish. I had to let you go. I can only bring misery to ponies, misery to you. I also know that even if you did marry me, you could never, ever love me. No matter what you think, no matter what you hope, I'm still a monster. He let gaze for a long while. You done? Yes. Steve Poston lays a sympathetic hoof on his shoulder. Discord, does you see? I'm miserable without you. He turned to her skeptically. You are? C9, why do you think I came back? Out of pity. She shook her head. Now it's my turn. I thought you were a monster. I was more terrified of you than anything else. But that was before I got to know you. You may have done some horrible things, but we all make mistakes. Sure, sometimes it felt like a possession, but you were also kind and giving. You did your best to help me forget my imprisonment and how you looked. I will admit, it became hard for me to answer your question each night. I thought I might have feelings for you, but I was scared. See, I wasn't ready for marriage. I'm still not, but it hurt me to see you so disappointed. Like I said before, I miss you. I'm seeing you every morning. I miss hearing your voice and feeling your touch. You've proven to me that you're not all bad, especially after saving me and my friends. Now that I've met you, I can't imagine a life with you. What I'm trying to say is... She glanced away, her cheeks turning red. Discord's eyes wide in astonishment. Could this be it? Could this be the moment he had been waiting for? She then looked into his eyes and gave a shy smile. I love you. You know, I just realized... This fic is hitting on every trope I parodied on Love, Marries, and Scootaloo. Every single one. Every single joke I made about these tropes is here. He said nothing for a while. Fluttershy rubbed her arm awkwardly. It's true. It's taken me a long time to realize it, but I love you. Discord did not waste a moment. He grabbed the ponies by his shoulders fiercely, but tenderly pressed his lips against hers. Fluttershy was shocked for a second, but they closed their eyes to return to kiss as they both released all the passion they had been holding back for so long. On the other side of the bedroom door, Pinkie gasped dramatically. You're kissing! You're kissing! Gross, Rainbow muttered. Guess we could have to get used to that, Rarity grumbled. Fluttershy had never felt so happy. As Discord ran his fingers through her hair, he could have sworn that he heard fireworks. He then broke the kiss and looked up to see the stars exploding above them. What? She started to say. Magical reaction. Discord explained quickly. Don't worry the moment. He returned his lips to hers and bent over, caressing her small body. After a while, he pulled away again. Are you sure this is what you want? He asked, moving a strand of hair away from her eye. I'm not exactly Prince Charming, you know. Fluttershy nodded. I'm sure. I don't care. He grinned. You must marry me then. You must be with me always. You must never leave my... Oh, there I go again. He spoke in a gentler tone. Would you marry me? I promise you can visit your friends whenever you like. So he smiled warm and pressed a kiss now. Appreciate it, but I told you, I'm not ready for marriage now. But I love you, and you love me. What are you waiting for? I want you to make up with all the ponies, all of them. That includes the princesses.
so that you'll use your magic for good instead of evil. I want my friends to see that you make me happy.
I thought you didn't care what they thought.
I don't, but they're going to appreciate you, then we can all be happy. I want things to be settled between you and Equestria before we take any big steps.
Discord sighed. Well, that's what you want. I just have one thing to ask you. The rest he said under his breath. I can't believe I'm doing this.
What's happening?
Rainbow Dash gasped, trying to get a view for the keyhole.
Pinky gasped. He's kneeling down.
Look, alright.
Hush,
Twilight whispered, looking through the door to crack so they can listen. Fluttershy. Discord said admiringly, will you?
Oh, my sauce.
Radiant muttered,
he's awfully doing it. I'm going to have to make a wedding dress.
Shh! Twilight said again, be my special son, pony.
Oh, come on!
Pinky saw the door, almost starting a couple.
You meanie, we thought we were proposing. I was going to throw an engagement party. I already planned the decorations, the cake, then my guests.
Do you mind?
Pinky giggled darkly. Oops, sorry.
And Conquest turned back to his beloved. Well,
what do you think?
He got for joy as he took her into his arms. We'll, just leave you two alone, Land, Applejack said, heading for the exit.
Yeah, we'll just, wait, are we really leaving them alone?
See, just the cowgirl grabbed her by the tail. Come on, Rainbow! The Pegasus rolled her eyes.
Fine, you better take care of her. You hear? Because if you don't,
she waved her fist at her Conquest before following Applejack.
You do realize I'll have to inform Celestia and Luna about this?
Twilight said as he passed the couple. This girl waved her off. Yeah, just make sure they know that I didn't put her under a spell. Hold on, you're really okay with this?
Well, not really. We just want our friend to be happy. The Rainbow's right. If you don't keep your word, you'll have to answer to us.
Yeah, whatever.
When you do get married, we start to invite us to the wedding. And let me make the dresses. By the way,
Twilight said, pausing at the doorway,
thank you for saving our lives. We owe you a debt of gratitude.
Once the ponies were gone, the couple sighed.
You know, Littlebringer, if you're just upset about the way this turned out, you know there's always safe combat.
Oh, wait, afterwards. After sitting through Seventh Element and this, and watching a bunch of guys having to save the girls, I feel like watching a story where the girls are basically fire jets kicking ass above the air, fighting a bunch of dogfights. It's just what the doctor ordered. Now, where were we? Oh, I remembered. Flashlight laughed as he dipped her to his side and welcomed her to another passionate kiss. You know, could have saved us all the trouble and skipped the whole entire Timberwolf part.